The first WWE show of 2024.
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is Bretto live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? Bretto Life back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about WWE Monday Night Raw Day 1. The show taking place on January 1st, 2023 in San Diego, California. This was a heck of a Monday Night Raw. We saw an insane return, insane matchups, and I cannot wait to talk about all of this in this video. It's a setup style. We're going to talk about all the winners, all the losers, all the moments. It was an epic Monday Night Raw. My goodness, hats off to this crowd. Wow, the San Diego crowd, they were roaring, dude, like lions. If you were part of this crowd, hats off to each and every one of you. Wow, you made the show. Let's jump into Monday Night Raw. We opened up the show with Wade Barrett and Michael Cole in the center of the ring, and this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting them to jump right into action with a promo or a match, with a superstar. Instead, they start with the commentators, and they hype up the show. They talk about everything that's going to be going down, the matches, the promos, a return of a former WWE champion. Who can that be? But I really like this, showing that this show is something special by having these commentators come out here and say what's going to be going down. We jumped right into our opening match after Michael Cole and Wade Barrett left the ring. It was Becky Lynch going one-on-one with Nia Jax. Becky Lynch has waited 5 years for this opportunity to go up against Nia Jax, of course, for breaking her face before Survivor Series in 2018. This match was really enjoyable. The crowd was into it. I was into it. Becky Lynch and Nia Jax were going absolutely crazy. I thought Nia Jax was going to say, after she landed on the apron, "My hole," again. I feel like she wanted to say it, but she just did not. But in the end, Becky Lynch looks to jump off the middle rope, eats a right hand from Nia Jax. Look at this. She's levitating off the mat, by the way. I got her doing that with the one hand on the rope over there. Nia Jax knocks out Becky Lynch, and she could have pinned her right then and there. Becky Lynch was knocked out. Becky Lynch was bloodied, all face, very reminiscent of 2018. And Nia Jax jumps off the middle rope and does a little bonsai drop to Becky Lynch. 1, 2, 3, and the crowd boos the snot out of Nia Jax. And she's from San Diego, California, and they were still booing her. They did not care. They wanted Becky Lynch to win. I wanted Becky Lynch to win, but I did have Nia Jax on this. I always try to predict the matches before they go down, and I did have Nia Jax, shockingly. Cody Rhodes made an awesome entrance, like he always does. Whoa! Cody Rhodes runs down, and I was expecting a little interruption from Shinsuke Nakamura, and that's exactly what we got. We got an interruption from Nakamura, but not an in-person interruption. You know how Nakamura is. He likes to hide behind a screen, so he pops his little promo video up on the Titantron talking about how he will write the final chapter to Cody Rhodes, and that will be the end of Cody. Nakamura is going to take over the story and maybe main event WrestleMania or something like that. Nakamura's just been trying to tear down Cody Rhodes, and honestly, he's been doing a pretty good job. He's sort of in the mind of Cody Rhodes. You could just tell by Cody Rhodes' promo, but obviously, Cody, great on the mic. He's going to beat Nakamura this coming Monday night on Raw. I guarantee it, and then possibly go on to win the Royal Rumble. Really enjoyed this, though. Even Nakamura's promo on the Titantron. I might have hated on it, but it was still a pretty awesome promo. They do some pretty cool animations with him. Kofi Claus was embarrassed and humiliated 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, so him and Jey Uso teamed up to go up against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci in tag team action. This match was pretty good. And, obviously we're expecting Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston to win the match, right? Faces are going to go over. Nearing the end of the match, Giovanni Vinci jumps off the top rope. Kofi Kingston meets him halfway with a drop kick. Giovanni Vinci lands on the mat. Back of his head spikes right on the mat. And I would assume this was a concussion that Giovanni Vinci received. The referee throws up the injury sign. They stopped showing Giovanni Vinci, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then they sort of just gave up on it, and they basically just said, Imperium can no longer continue, therefore your winners, Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso. Obviously, this was not the scheduled ending that was supposed to happen in this match, but I would assume either way, Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston were going to win this match, whether it was a frog splash or a trouble in paradise. Either way, Imperium was going to take the L here, but I just hope Gio's good, man, because he's a really good talent, and I like Imperium. But yeah, Gunther's definitely not going to be too happy. Here he is right here. Because you couldn't continue? Oh, man. The Gunther's not going to be too happy one bit. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion is going to come back Very, very heated. It was an episode of Miz TV. Special guest, the Judgment Day. Did we get the Judgment Day? We didn't. We got R-Truth, who thinks he's in the Judgment Day. Well, technically he is, because he beat JD McDonough in that one-on-one match. Loser leaves Judgment Day. But anyways, Dominic and JD McDonough interrupt this, and then eventually it turns into a tag team match between Miz and R-Truth. Oh, wait, they used to be a tag team. Awesome Truth going up against JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio in tag team action. This was actually a really enjoyable match. I did enjoy it. It was really weird though, because R-Truth was like teaming with the Judgment Day and then in the wrong corner, and then he got tagged in by the Judgment Day, and then he was against Miz. He was about to punch Miz, and I'm like, oh my gosh, R-Truth actually thinks he's in the Judgment Day. So he goes to punch Miz. Miz ducks, and then Miz hits a skull crusher finale on JD to win the match, but R-Truth was looking to turn on the Miz basically. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? He actually thinks he's in the Judgment Day. Pretty funny stuff. I did enjoy it, and to see Miz get a pinfall here was pretty nice. Rhea Ripley did defend her World Women's Championship up against Ivy Nile. Fun fact, this is only Ivy Nile's third match on Monday Night Raw, and it's her first singles match, and her first singles match is a World Women's Championship match. That's insane to me, and she performed. I'm not even gonna lie. Ivy Nile did a great job. She is jacked, bro. She is strong. She held her own against Rhea Ripley. I pleasantly enjoyed this match. I don't think it was as good as Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax, but this was still a solid match for the Women's Championship. In the end, we did see Rhea Ripley stop playing games, and she hit the Riptide on Ivy Nile to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley retains her Women's Championship. Who dethrones Rhea? Somebody help me on the comments down below. Who dethrones Rhea Ripley? I feel like it has to be Jade Cargill, but I could be wrong. I don't know 100%. She is just that unstoppable and just that untouchable. Like, I'm confused. Who is going to beat Rhea Ripley? Please help me out. But once again, this was a solid match between her and Ivy. I did enjoy it. It was the return of a former WWE champion. That was the rumor all night. Triple H had tweeted out, or should I say X'd out, about a former WWE champion returning to Raw, so tune in. And that former champion was Jinder Mahal. I'm just kidding. It was The Rock, dude. The Rock is once again back in WWE. Last year, he returned to SmackDown, took out Theory. This year, he returns to Raw and takes out Jinder. Of course, Jinder just basically bashing America. And then The Rock comes out, sets him straight, drops him down with the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment, the People's Elbow. But it's what Rock said after. Of course, yeah, he did embarrass Jinder Mahal. He got the crowd calling him a douchebag and stuff like that. Just classic Rock stuff. He sang him a little jingle, call him an asshole and stuff. Basic Rock stuff. But once again, it's about what Rock said after he did the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment to Jinder Mahal. What had me shook. The Rock said, I'm gonna go eat after this in San Diego. Should I sit in a booth? Should I sit at the bar? Or should I sit at the head of the table? What is about dang time that The Rock even mentions Roman Reigns? He didn't even mention Roman Reigns. He mentioned just the head of the table. That's Roman Reigns, of course, nickname. He's the head of the table. He's the tribal chief of the bloodline. Roman Reigns, you better watch your back. The Rock mentions Roman. Does this mean The Rock enters the Royal Rumble? Does this mean The Rock faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? So many questions to be answered here, and I don't know them. I really don't. I thought for sure it's okay, yeah, it's going to be Roman versus Cody again this time at WrestleMania 40, but now I'm thinking it's going to be The Rock. My original prediction. What is going on here? I'm pleasantly confused, but my goodness, when he dropped that head of the table reference, I was like, Rock, you freaking beast. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Awesome, super hype return once again here for The Rock. Little filler match here before the main event. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark teamed up to go against Tegan Nox and Natalya in a little tag team match, maybe gaining a little more momentum towards the women's tag team championships. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark pick up the victory. Wasn't too surprised here. Sort of a short match, once again, just kind of cooling people down after The Rock return and jumping into the main event. Good for Shayna and Zoe though. I like them as a tag team. I wouldn't mind them winning the women's tag team champions. and taking them off the cringe Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. No offense to them, but they're cringe. It was our chaotic main event. That is the perfect word to describe this main event. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, going up against Seth freaking Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. First of all, I loved this main event. I really did. They fought back and forth. Amazing headbutts from Drew. Seth Rollins with some crazy freaking moves. I loved how Seth held his own in this match. Nearing the end of the match, we hear Damian Priest's entrance music, and I'm like, oh my god, yep, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. Here he goes again. Is he gonna cash in? He runs down, eats a Claymore from Drew McIntyre before he could cash in the briefcase, and then Dominic ate an overhead suplex, which was pretty freaking wicked. Drew McIntyre redirected his attention towards the Judgment Day when he should have had his full attention on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins takes advantage, pedigree on the announcer's desk, which doesn't break, adding more impact, breaking the skull of Drew McIntyre practically, sends him back in the ring, little stomp action, 1, 2, 3, and still your World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Dude, I had no doubts. I had no doubts at all that Seth Rollins was going to win this match. But dude, Drew McIntyre's going to be so pissed. But it was his fault. It was freaking his fault that he lost this match. He redirected his attention. He shouldn't have done it. That's another flaw by Drew McIntyre. Another mistake by Drew McIntyre that he will not own up to. I guarantee he doesn't own up to that mistake. Seth Rollins took advantage. Why the frick not? But what had me confused though, Seth Rollins was still freaking out. He was out after this match. Like, you could just tell he was down. He was down with his belt. Like, Damian Priest still could have cashed in. Like, he still could have cashed in and just ran in the ring, hit him with the briefcase a couple times, and still cashed in. Damian Priest had his opportunity. So, yeah, screw Damian Priest. Like, he literally had this opportunity. Like, Seth Rollins was beat up. He just went through, like, a 20-minute match. Like, Damian Priest could have been champion. No doubt about it. But I love this ending. I loved this Monday Night Raw in a whole. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm going to give this Monday Night Raw Day 1 a solid 4 out of 5. The crowd was a 10 out of 5. This show was great. There was some mishaps, of course, with the Geo injury, but everything else I just thought was freaking fantastic. Let me know your thoughts and your favorite moment down in the comments down below. Stay tuned for the SmackDown New Year's resolution video dropping this Saturday, similar to a week in review. I just thought I'd get this up earlier because this felt like a pay-per-view, man, especially with that Day 1 feature on it. I'm like, bro, this feels like a pay-per-view. I'm filming a separate video on it, and I hope you guys freaking enjoyed. Enjoy this beautiful new year. 2024 about to be a banger for Bretto Live, and all of you. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bretto Live is signing out.